I think they were good, especially the owners, the members of the Boston sports team. I'm going to get a chance to talk to.
So you've got your show your badge to the.
Yes, is it on here?
John Byers is here from Visual Radio Live. What do you think of the event so far?
I love it so far. Now let's see if I'm going to get lucky enough to talk to some of the people up on the stage.
All right, John. John Byers. And what's the name of your show? John, what's the name of your show?
Sports Talk with Johnny Byers.
All right. How come it's not on
Hi, this is Steve Pagliuca for Visual Radio Live. Good to see you.
It was a great lecture, Steve. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm a big fan. I never miss a game.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. All right, we'll add a little part of it. Appreciate it. Thanks. Thank you very much.
So, Johnny, here you are at the convention. What do you think?
I love it. I love it.
Nice to see you. So get over to this. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Mr. Lucchino, could Johnny Byers get one question in for our show?
Yes,
Hi, Larry. I was wondering, when you were doing the refurbishment of Fenway, did you ever think about putting a dome on the stadium? I know it's a feasible thing, but you ever think about doing it?
It's a very difficult thing to do on an existing facility. We thought about it because Ted Sarandis put the notion into public
Well,
conversation.
actually, I can give you a little history on that. Back in the late 80s, early 90s, on Sports Final, we had a young man who was studying architecture here in Boston. One of his final tests was to remodel the existing Fenway, existing Boston landmark, and he did Fenway, and he put a dome on it. It looked pretty marvelous.
Yeah, I'd love to see how engineering, how that can be done.
Well, the dome evidently, from what he showed, folded from either side of the first base line, the third base line, and just folded around the park.
Well, that's not going to happen.
No.
I'm afraid, but certainly did give it
I know with all
consideration.
the monsoon rains we get each year.
Yeah, it's been bad this year, especially. But so this was an
Nice
aberration
talking to you. I'm a big
Thank you
fan
very
of the
much.
team. I never miss a game.
Good, I'm glad to hear that.
Larry, 1 second.
And that was John Byers with Larry Lucchino.
Thank you.
Very nice man, huh?
Very nice indeed.
It's a great event here.
Yeah, great event indeed.
So let's go talk at the Expo. Let's go meet some people. And there you have it. That was our time at the Expo. Tom, do you want to come on the air? Nope. All right.
Your call has been forwarded.
Well, he's trying to call us. Here we are. Happy birthday.
Hey, Joe, how are you?
Did you see that?
Yes, I did.
What did you think?
I loved it.
That was your birthday present. Did you know we were going to air it?
Yeah, you told me ahead of time, so it came out very good, and we should say that thanks to that business expo, you hooked up with a gentleman who does a show on your station too, the football, the New England Patriots gentleman there,
Bob Hildeberg.
Bob Hildeberg.
We got to thank Chris and Kevin and Anthony and Tom Thornycraft. Everyone worked, and Joe LaRocca all worked very hard to get that video up for you. I didn't tell you we were playing it tonight. I told you I was going to mail it to you. I never said we were going to air it.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't. I wanted to surprise you.
You said you were going to air it on the show, maybe.
I might have said that weeks ago, but this was your surprise.
Yeah.
This was your birthday present, John. Don't ruin it because I didn't tell you I was
No, I
airing it.
know. Well, hey, it tipped your hand a bit, but it was sort of expected at some point it would hit. It just you decided to do it on my birthday, which was good. But we have, I mean, now that we're at the end of the year, we review quickly the year in sports, and it started out pretty interesting. Of course, the Bruins, you know how I felt about them, but they finally, after 39 years, won a Stanley Cup. The Celtics bowed out early in the playoffs, and the Red Sox just collapsed in the month of September, and that was basically the year in review. With the Patriots only being the only bright light, they made it a deep playoff run.
They certainly did, and they're going to make another deep playoff run because they've got a bye.
Well, they got to buy, but I tell you, the thing is now, it just came out today that Brady is only is questionable Sunday with a shoulder injury.
I know. It's interesting. Do you think he got that from the dive or from that pitch to Dion Branch?
I don't know, but I mean, you want to at least give him a few snaps, knowing that you're going to have 2 weeks between games after this week. So you need to keep these guys fresh, because nothing like game action before you have this time off, and you're only going to be practicing, and you're going to be seeing the same old faces going against you in practice.
So you're going to go on radio tomorrow on your birthday?
More than likely. Well, I know the Bruins. I believe the Bruins are playing tomorrow on 98.5. So the game will be on there. So they'll be talking mostly hockey, and I think tomorrow WEEI is going to have college football all day. So there's going to be the morning sports show, and then starting at noon, 11 o'clock, 11:30, the college football.
What college football? Is it local? Boss BC?
No,
BU?
the bowl games. The bowl games that they do. ESPN has the bowl games, and ESPN Radio also has the bowl games. And since WEI teamed up with ESPN, they're going to have a lot of football over the next week or so.
Interesting.
There's Patriots game, Celtics games.
Well.
And I know we haven't talked much about the Sox, but they made a nice move yesterday, trading for Andrew Bailey, the closer. But the funny thing is, they may not be done just yet. They're still in the running for. They're actually still in the running for that closer from Philadelphia, Ryan Madsen.
So why did they want to have two closers?
Well, I would think that where Daniel Bard is going to move to the starting rotation along with a Savis, they say, it's a probability that maybe Andrew Bailey and Madsen would split time as the closer and as a setup, which that ain't too bad to have those two guns firing out of your bullpen in the eighth, and then you just need someone to go to pitch the seventh.
So as long as no one has an ego problem with them switching closers around. And I thought that was a big problem with Papelbon. I think had they allowed Papelbon to do a little middle relief and you get Bard to do some of the end relief and they switched it up a bit, we would have had a better bullpen last year. We would have been in the running.
The interesting thing was if we had kept Papelbon, I think you would have seen Papelbon be stretched out to be a starter, because he said before he ends his career here in Boston, he wanted to start, and I think Bobby Valentine, as a manager, would have given him the opportunity to start, and maybe you then see this Bard is, well, I wouldn't go with Bard as a closer just then. I would have probably gone still after Madsen or Bailey, but I mean, that's interesting, and there's still the talk with this Cuban kid, Hynes Suspenders, who it's high up on the Red Sox list as well as the Yankees and the Angels, so he's an outfielder who could easily play right field, and he has a gun for an arm.
Well, you know, I think Papelbon should have been a little bit more mature about things, because he seemed to dictate a lot. And Francona, it was the right time, as much as I like Terry Francona, to get rid of him, because he just didn't have control. And first thing I would have done as manager is set those pitchers down and say, we're going to shuffle things up. And they didn't. They kept to the routine. The routine had gotten stale. But as a fan, we get very frustrated. And what I call it is the Monday morning quarterbacking. When we do too much of that, which we did last year, there are problems with the organization. Because when the fans know in their heart something's amiss, you know, you can no longer say, well, these guys brought us to the dance. Because you know they're not bringing us to the dance that year.
It's like with the Celtics now. They're 0-3 for the beginning of the season, and some people are panicking. I think, what was it, Mikey Adams brought up that last year, if we want to take it back to last year, the Bruins started off 3-10, and where did they end up?
Where did they end up?
What did they do last year?
I know.
9
3
years?
and 10. 3 and 10's very good. They won the whole shebang.
I mean, anything is possible, but I mean, I think, like the national people have been saying, this 66 game season really favors more the younger teams, the teams like the Clippers,
The game last night, who was that?
what?
Who was the team last night? Phoenix?
No, New Orleans.
Now, are they young?
They're pretty young, but I mean, they lost their big star, Chris Paul. They're not expected to do much, and with the NBA owning the team right now, I mean, that's the problem. That's why they were never able to. They were not able to pull off that deal with the Lakers. But in the end, the commissioner failed in his bid to keep a big name player out of a big market. He would have rather seen Chris Paul go to a middle market or small market team, but he ends up in LA only with the Clippers instead of the Lakers.
Wow.
And that was the thing. The commissioner said he didn't want it. And now with Dwight Howard, I mean, Dwight Howard's asking to be traded, and the commissioner is going to try to stick his nose into that and keep the same thing from happening, because you got the Lakers that are interested in Dwight Howard, and you think the commissioner is going to have any luck with that? I don't think so, because he already failed in allowing a team, even though it was the Clippers, he allowed one of the star players of the league to go to the second largest market in the country.
Hey, Johnny, as you're talking about this, why don't you jot some notes down for your blog, and we'll update your blog tomorrow on your birthday.
Yes.
So that's a little birthday gift for you. We'll update your blog.
Yeah. And
I'm glad you liked that expo. That was back in May.
that was way back in May. Matter of fact,
We have a whole show there for you and Jeff Dearman and Bob Hildeberg to work on.
yeah, and that was pretty good. And hopefully, I mean, I know we don't like to talk about this, but hopefully with what's happening in Medford very soon, you'll be on here in Medford when Verizon comes in.
Well, people will see us in Medford. They can watch us on YouTube. They can watch us on wingcam.org. And Channel 36 is Verizon. And yes, you know, I'm putting in some phone calls to Verizon and finding out the details because, hey, look, it's time to put pressure on the mayor. And he's had his inauguration on Monday. And I intend to be there.
Yeah.
And I intend to be there with flyers. And I intend to be there telling people, hold this guy to his promises. I'm going to list his campaign promises. I'm going to list how many votes he won by, how small it was. 2,500 votes is not a lot of votes.
No.
All right? And that had we had Access TV, had we had a number of other things happen, like, you know, did you see the Wicked Local Medford last week when they finally did the Medford Housing Authority got on the paper?
Yes.
I got that article in. I talked to Nick Iovino at the paper, at the office on Central Street in Somerville, and I said, man, you've got to start putting the stories in the paper. And, you know, he said that they're fair and objective, and I said, well, here's a list of stories that didn't publish. So you can be fair and objective with your stories, but by not publishing stories, you're not being objective at all. You get it, John?
Yeah, but what it comes down to is the fact that the editor of the paper, Nell Coakley, and
well, you don't know firsthand. You don't know that, Nell. You know, you're now responding to what the city councilors are alleging. You know, remember, this is my show, and you know, I've worked for Nell.
I know.
I've worked for Nell, so, you know, calm down.
We'll say
calm down.
Nell Coakley is in the mayor's pocket.
See, I'm telling you to calm down, John, and you won't calm down. You know, allegedly, you're alleging, use the word alleged. You're alleging that Nell Coakley is in the mayor's back pocket.
And basically...
I allege that he's driving the car and she's riding in the passenger seat. That's what I'm alleging.
Right. And it's basically, if you go outside of Medford... and
you get the news stories. I mean, you know, it's true. Nell didn't publish the second story on the River's Edge, and the Malden paper did. And why didn't it get into Medford?
Because, like we've been saying...
Well, we don't know. It just somehow, I think it fell on the floor, and Nell couldn't find her glasses, and she couldn't find... Where did that River's Edge story go? Oh, my dear friend, the mayor will be so happy I lost it.
Right. Well, yeah, of course. I mean, it puts a black eye on him.
Well, you know, River's Edge and the Housing Authority. Now, you know, the city's saying that they have no involvement with the Housing Authority. Well, who's Gene McGillicuddy, the treasurer? And who appointed him?
The mayor's uncle.
Is he the mayor's uncle? I don't know. Gene McGillicuddy used to be the president of TV3.
Yes.
He was a nice guy. I met him at TV3 Medford back in 1995, 6.
Yeah.
Steve Morris said, Joe, say hi to Uncle Gene.
You know, I neglected to mention something when we were talking about the sports, the fact that this is a big weekend as far as the NFL draft goes, where there are 3 teams that are in the running to get the #1 pick, and actually it's cut down to 2 now, and it basically comes down to Indianapolis and
I just love our segues.
and
We go from Uncle Gene to Uncle Belichick.
Yeah, well,
Uncle Bill. Uncle Bill.
Uncle Bill does his job, but I mean, the funny thing is,
I've never had a drinking problem, so I don't know Uncle Bill. You know who Uncle Bill is, right?
No.
Oh, people in AA.
Oh, AA, okay.
If they're in AA, they know. Do you know Uncle Bill? Well, I know Uncle Bill, but I never had a drinking problem. You don't need a drinking problem to know Uncle Bill. You're talking about Uncle Bill Belichick, right?
Yeah. No, I'm actually talking about the Colts and the Rams because they're in a pitched fight for the #1 pick, and it seems that whether the Colts win and the Rams win, or both teams lose, the Colts will still get the pick because of strength of schedule, and they had the hardest schedule in the league this year.
You know why, John? I have a theory. You ready for my theory? Okay. They won that second game. They played their hearts out, right?
Yeah.
They were going for, like, what was it, 16 wins and no losses? And what did they do?
They won 16, yeah.
They wimped out and they sat their guys. They sat Peyton down. I thought that was a team without heart. How do you sit down for a game?
Well, I mean,
You know, I don't have Larry Lucchino on tonight. Actually, we did. But you know what I'm saying? I'm not talking to Larry Lucchino. I'm talking to John Byers. But I still give it my all.
Right.
You know, even though you're on the phone every week, I don't take you for granted.
No.
Because you're an important guest. You're a co-host of this show.
Correct. And I mean,
The Indianapolis Colts, they wimped out.
well, yeah, but I mean, you know, and you take it to the nth level, and you look at the Green Bay Packers before they lost their game, that game, the Kansas City Chiefs. The question was being asked: should they go for an undefeated season, or should they sit down and rest the players the last 3 games of the season and not risk getting them injured and have them ready for the playoffs? And we got the answer real quick. The last 2 games that Green Bay has played, they played, and they lost one and won one, but they've used the regulars, and the regulars got the playing time. Now, in the Colts case, you don't really have the regulars because Peyton Manning's out. You got the regular players on the team, but the guy who leads that team is the real guy that's missing.
So while you're talking to me, I opened up my mail. I got a package from Yarmouth, Porth, Mass., and it's a CD, The Time Tunnel by the Fifth Estate. Fifth Estate did the big hit song, Ding Dong, the Witch is Fred. You know, the Wizard of Oz song?
Yeah, Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead. You threw me there for a minute.
I know, well, I try to throw people with visual radio.
Hey, by the way, before I forget, I like
Ding
that.
Dong, the Witch is Doria. Well, that doesn't rhyme. That just doesn't...
Pacha Bruta.
No last names, no last names.
What was I going to say? By the way, I like that little bit you did with the people at WinCam where everyone's dancing in front of you and you're in your Hawaiian shirt swaying back and forth.
Now, did you see that on TV or did you see it on YouTube?
I saw it on WinCam just before your show.
Oh, that was last week's show. Okay. Because that wasn't tonight. That was a repeat.
No, it was just a little clip before your show went on.
Yeah, but that was a repeat of last week.
Okay.
Because they ran the wonderful show from last week. Because Anthony and I were going to talk about comic books, but we didn't. Anyways, you've got 3 minutes left. Time flies when you're having fun, doesn't it?
Well,
What are you doing for your birthday?
Actually, I'm going to be staying home watching the Celtics and just chilling out because I got New Year's Eve coming up Saturday, and then Sunday I got the doubleheader with the Patriots in the afternoon and the Celtics at 6 o'clock Sunday night.
So is your mom cooking you dinner?
Yeah, we're probably gonna, she's probably gonna make me something good. I don't know yet. We're gonna see, but.
Tell her I said hello.
Yep.
And
She actually saw the segment we did, and she loved it.
oh, with Lucchino?
Yeah.
Oh, good. She watched it. Well, how'd you like the Pagliuca thing?
We saw both of them, and we loved it.
Oh, good. So she knew it was going to be on.
I had to call her in. She was in the other room on the phone, and I had to call her in to get her in here to see it because the computer's in my bedroom, so she had to come in and watch it on the computer.
All right, John. Well, I got some DVDs for you. You can have a couple of them.
Yep.
With the clip, you know, so you can get them around to your family, whatever.
Yep.
But happy birthday, man.
You too.
Happy.
And I will be talking to you soon, and good luck with the rest of the show tonight.
Thank you, man. Happy birthday, John from Medford.
Thank you.
All right,
Bye.
bye. John from Medford's birthday. Happy birthday, boy. 44 years young. And we've got a full show with John, and I taped the lecture there at the Expo. So we've got a lot of the sports people, the great sports figures in Boston. And we'll have Bob Hildeberg. That was the first time we met Bob. John and I met Bob walking around the Expo. We met a WinCam member at the Expo that I videotaped. And we got lots of surprises. So that show will be airing soon. The full show. It's like 2 hours. So we'll do a sports show with John and then some of my running around the Expo. We've got 2 shows. So now, Frank Delastrito time.